And get off the trail last night because we got tired and we wanted to stop. And as you can see these mountains in front of us, that's where we were. We're up on the top of those, and we're going back there today. My wife is a bit cold because it is in the 40s right now. I asked if she's okay. She goes, I'm fine, so that's a bit cold. Now, we're headed back up there. Hopefully you guys can see how beautiful it is from here, and you guys hopefully have noticed from when we were up there how gorgeous it is looking back down. And at one point we saw this highway. Well, we're headed back up, and we're going to enjoy the rest of the route, and then we're going to go find a Harley dealer and get her some heavier gloves, because her good heavy gloves are at the house. Alright, we'll be back up with you in a minute. Thank you. Alright, well, we're hoping that it beeps. We are at a beautiful area here. You guys can see through the trees. You have a mountain, a beautiful rock face.
And there's a farmstead down there.
Yep. Well, not just down there, but up here.
Yep.
So we're getting back on to Skyline Drive. I do love these rock areas. Some of these are man-made, some are natural. Because if you look over at the other mountains, you can see the rocks sticking out. And some of this, they got real lucky, and they had a semi-flat area that they just had to build up slightly. And some, like here, you had to blast the rock out so you'd have a road. And this was all just before World War II, during the Great Depression, when they were trying to find jobs for everybody. And businesses have been having issues with getting workers because they really couldn't afford to pay them much. And so just handing money out, the government made you work for it. And they had projects that they knew, okay, we can either do it by machine or man, so they made men come up and do it. This road, of course, has been changed many times since then. But things like this have been done for years. We got some hikers over here. It is beautiful out here. My wife is, as she says, kind of cold. Alright, she says she's really cold. I'm just like a slight chill.
You're a crazy man with a fur coat. I don't have that kind of fur.
Yeah, I'm a bit on the hairy side, so I'm typically warm.
But hey, my seat is warm.
Yep.
So that's a good thing.
The advantages with getting up in age is, you know what? I'm going to buy that heated seat and put it on the bike. Sorry, not mic. And boom, we're going to have a heated seat, heated grips. I don't have to spend $15,000 more for the CVO for 3 cc's of engine. Nice paint job. It's a beautiful bike. I would love to have it, but I just couldn't afford it. At some point in my life, will I have one? Yes. Today or tomorrow? No. But we'll look. Now, yes, some of these trees have changed. Some have already dropped leaves. Some of them just are ugly because they have all that vine stuff on them, which just dies off in the winter and comes back twice as strong in the summer. But we're on the southern portion of Skyline Drive. We'll come up towards, I think, mile marker 69 or 70. I can't remember which. And we're just having a good time. I'm hoping you guys have enjoyed the video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Again, this is Motorcycle Stories by Dark Dave. Sorry, 71 was the mile marker, the cement mile markers. We just passed one. This is the type of area I would not mind living in, but man, you gotta make sure that you have a good heater.
Generator, all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah. Because ain't many people gonna be coming up here to help you. And on Skyline Drive, which is the Shenandoah National Park, yeah, people don't live up here, but they do live just off of here. One lane road ahead. So I'm going to leave this on for a little bit, see what this one lane road is. They do this all the time to work on roads. It's usually earlier in the year, but they might not have got done yet. I'd rather have it be one lane than, oh, we're sorry, we're closed, go back. Like Blue Ridge is in a number of areas right now. Well, they're working on the wall over there. And that's it. So
looks like they're off today, so.
Yeah, well, it is a weekend. Today is Saturday, 9:45 a.m. or 9:45 hours for those of us who are in the military. So for on cruise control, and I will turn off the camera for you. I know they're not the most beautiful trees for changing foliage, but I'm noticing a lot more foliage change here at the 26,000 foot mark. And I wanted to share with you guys.
It is beautiful.
I always like the changing leaves, but I like when they're more reds and bright oranges than the green and yellow. But it's still beautiful. It's still nature, and as you can see around us on the ground, there's leaves everywhere. I'm gonna let this guy go by. And some of the pines have lost everything, because the soil here is not native for pine trees. Some can make it fine, but they need a more acidic soil. Now, for some reason, my 7 Silver decided it didn't want to work, so that's why I'm using the voice camera a little more. And if you hopefully can see the mountain over there, you'll see the stone sticking out. Sort of like up in Colorado. Stones will stick out of mountains because that's what they do. And these are much older mountains. And they're a lot smaller because they've eroded a lot longer. The Rockies are still a young mountain range in geological terms. If you haven't had a chance, you are looking for a chance, it's not expensive. Come check out Skyline Drive in Virginia. Okay.
Evidently, he decided he wanted to stop.
Yep, or he was going the wrong way and he needs to go back.
Check out that.
I know, I'm trying to show it to him. You can see some of the reds down below.
That's gorgeous.
Yep. And little valleys over here. I'm going to pull over here a moment so you guys can see a touch. Now in a pine forest, you're not going to get all this because it's usually all the greens. But if you look, you can see stones peeking out of this mountain, which is not man-made. Same with this one. And that's a granite stone. And it's because the top of the mountain, when the dirt and that shears off due to erosion, and that's rain and wind and everything else, it's going to make it come out. You can see it on the top of that mountain over there. And this is technically one mountain, but these are actually mountains that have eroded down, and you can see the valley out beyond and the next set of mountains out. You can see just below us here some reds in the tree coloring and the leaves, but a lot of this is going to yellow because we don't have a lot of the sugar. Bless you.
Thank you.
Or as I like to say, fires of dragons be with you. I'm not a priest, I cannot bless you. Alright, well, we're going to continue on. I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off for a little bit, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Of Shenandoah National Park, also known as Skyline Drive. My loving wife, who seems to be a little bit cold, has asked for soup and something warm to drink. So we will be going to a place to get her some soup, food, etc. to warm up. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this ride as much as we have. Yesterday it was in the mid to upper 70s. Today it is in the mid 40s. Last time I checked it was 43 degrees. And we're up at an elevation of 2488 is what the last sign I saw said. So it's a little bit on the cold side for air temperature at these altitudes. I'm hoping the camera lasts till the end here, and you guys get to see us leaving, which is not very far at all. And then we're going to go down to the left, because I know of a couple of little places there to stop and get food, because it is lunchtime. We started just around breakfast time, or just after breakfast time I should say. And I have no idea where we're going to head after this, but we will try and get you guys some good video from there too. 20 miles an hour, aka we're approaching the end. So I'm backing us down. This is the exit portal. The south side of Skyline Drive. Little signs there for stuff. It still drops off because we're still up at a good altitude. We didn't get to see near as many big animals as I'm used to when I'm up here. We saw no bears, but we did see a few deer, but most of them are just ignoring us. Always love it when people wave back. We got a speed hump coming up here. Now a trike is a little more umphed than it is on the regular one. So National Park Service runs Shenandoah National Park. Bought a new patch for my vest. And guys, thank you very much for joining us and coming along. I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed this as much as we did. And if you want, I have shot some other stuff in here before and a lot of Blue Ridge Parkway. Probably not going to do that today. We're talking either going up towards West Virginia or across towards the beach. We just don't know where yet. We will figure that out. I think this is the one I need. Yep.